Hello. In today's gospel we can understand much more what is trust and how can we be lived in our lives. Jesus is telling us that he is not calling us anymore doulos. Doulos is a servant but also a slave, but friend. There's a big difference between being friend and being slave. What is the difference? I think this is going about the trust. How can the slave trust his Lord? There's no possibility. The owner of the slave has no obligation to explain the motives of his decisions to the slave. Slave has to only to obey, not to ask, and be sold when there will be some error, when he will do something in a wrong way. There will be a motive for being expelled, for being sold, to being punished. And Jesus tells us we are not doulos, we are not servants of him. We are his friends. And the difference is that friends are telling themselves, are opening their hearts one to another. And this is a risky and tricky thing, because when we are opening our heart, we can be wounded. This can be on our part and on Jesus' part. We are maybe to our friends, human friends, and to God opening our wounds, saying, this is hurting me. Okay, and we can do the same to other people, and we are carrying the risk because there's always a possibility that somebody will hurt us. And when Jesus is speaking about himself, he is also exposing himself on our wounds, and this took the form of the wounds that Jesus took being crossed on the cross. So both parts can be hurt, and Jesus' wounds we are seeing in every cross. But this is giving us the possibility of this openness and trust, which allows us to understand deeply the message of another person. This is not only obeying on the surface, but this is going down, knowing motives, knowing why it's so. And this is making us possible to follow this way. And I think that this is the very invitation also to discover God not only by the scriptures but in the heart of our friends, because only opening ourselves to other people, not closing ourselves, but opening, we can find what Jesus will want us tell in the hearts of our friends. I believe that. Share with me your thoughts.